speechless as Neville honors her 500th win as Lady Tigers head coach. Principal Mickey McCarty and company surprising her with a golden basketball trophy, a banner, and a poster of Guimbellot and her late mother that, of course, brought tears to her eyes. But it's all business on the court as Guimbellot's Lady Tigers are rolling this season up to number 5 non-select Division I power rankings, 17-3. Neville leading 23-15 heading into the third quarter versus West Monroe. And former Aaron's ace Joy Fisher keeps the pressure on, grabs the steal on one end, takes it coast to coast herself with a 10-point lead. Neville's defense suffocating West Monroe. Felton showing off the vertical with the block and dishes it to Fisher in transition, drills the three. She leads the way with 13 points. Let's just say the home crowd is rocking. Lloyd quiets them though, pulls up for the jumper from just inside the arc. Lloyd matches the game high with 13 points. Coach Guimbellot says, just keep shooting. And Jayla Taylor does just that, using her size underneath the offensive board, back up and in. And then some physical defense. Fisher comes away with another steal, this time the assist out to Felton. That's a dangerous combination right there. The hoop and one, she had 12. Guimbellot can add another win to her resume. Neville wins 49-5. On the boys' side, both teams right outside the top 10 in the power ratings. Neville sitting at 13. West Monroe right behind them at number 14. Always a battle between these rivals. Alan Fisher, early on, will bully his way through not one, not two, not three, but 4 defenders for a couple of his 13 points. And then big man Connor Mason showing off two-handed slam. He had 2 dunks, 8 points first half. Tigers start the game on a 7-0 run. Parker Robinson coming off a 23-point game against Washita. Doesn't miss a beat, draws the contact, give him the bucket. West Monroe's full court press not working. Smith all alone, acrobatic catch finish. He had 12 points. Keeping those fans happy, lean 16-11 after the first. Rebels fighting back. Kendrick Green dishing out the assist to Cooper Thornton. Easy work. He had a dozen. Then Green goes off. Sweet fadeaway J there. Then showing off some crafty moves in the paint. The hoop and the harm, 7-0 run by himself. Green had a night. Game high 24 points. West Monroe flipping the script, now up 38-35. But Parker Robinson leads the Tigers in the second. He has a team high 17 points. West Monroe wins 72-67. 2 other big games in the area. Bastrop beats Carroll 62-57. And Ruston takes down Washita at the Madhouse 49-36.